It is February 18th, 2026, and I just discovered that I have to keep my videos to a 15-minute minimum in order to post on YouTube. If I want to go longer, I have to give Google my phone number. I don't want to give Google my phone number any more than I want Google to save my passwords or provide any other service for me. So now, having said that, you don't have to like, you don't have to share, and you don't have to subscribe to this channel. I don't care. How about that? I'm not selling anything. So, all I'm here to tell you is exactly what the title says. And the title says, Save Your Evidence. So, without triggering and ranting, hopefully, God willing, I want you to know that you will be discouraged. Your friends and your family will turn on you. Christians, many Christians, will hate you. They will disbelieve you. They will join the attack on you. In fact, the ones who led this attack against me have been Christians. So, or so they say. This is not about God. It is not. Although, I'm here today for two reasons. One is Jesus, who for a long time I thought was the devil. But if you want to read about my story, the courts ordered my WordPress down because it really did express all of what was going on and the trauma that it was causing me. So, and it wasn't pretty. Every other word was the F word. So, and I'm not ashamed. The humiliation, the sexual innuendo, the deviated behavior, the shaming, the lies. It's all textbook psyop, okay? It's systematic. These people were militarized officers, okay, committing horrible things against the patients at their clinic. Yes, they were. And they needed to cover it up. It's a crooked scheme. It's the insurance, it's the bankers, it's Wall Street, it's anybody who can profit off of us, all right? And if we become too much of a liability, they will take us out. And they are more sophisticated than just walking up and stabbing us or whatever. Although they can manipulate somebody to do that. Yes, they can. And the amount of technology they have, I was just listening to a video, I'm not going to wander off on it, but what they can do to us with the help of demons, literally demons, okay? So don't question your reality, because they want to make you think you're insane, right? They do. It's for the mind. They want the mind, and that's demonic. Psychiatry is demonic, and they will convince you that good is coming. You know, if you believe in God, you know that good comes of everything. You know, if those Christians are slandering you and defaming you and profiting off of you and using you, that's okay. They don't have to worry about it, because everything turns to good for you if you only believe. If you only believe like they do. Well, you know, I was just listening to this guy, and he's man, it was the best sermon. So anyway, yeah, when this started against me, I was confused. They were confusing me. They were manipulating me. They screwed up my brain with all those psych drugs. They had people infiltrate my life. A woman came into my life the week I got out of the hospital after the Ambien thing, and I had not heard from her in over 5 years, and I had suspicions. I had suspicions about her. They proved way true after she did as much damage in my life as she could. And that became true of a fellow that they had enter my life who lived in the same town, a very small town, that the doctor's psychiatrist's father lived in. His wife was part of the Rotary. I was in the Rotary, so I was like, oh, this can't. I'm just being paranoid. Besides, they were driving away everybody who in my life had known me for years. Like I talked about this, my ex-husband, I known him since I was 13 years old. His sister had been a very good friend of mine for years. My family lived just within blocks of me, okay? So they literally have now removed everyone from my life who knew me. So, and they criticized me. Nothing's better than being mind fucked and messed with through triangulation, through the people who were nearest to me, and have them criticize how poorly I am acting as a victim. They were literally criticizing me for how I was acting while they were attacking me. Yeah. So I've come very resilient to being attacked, and which for me, because of who I am, I have really turned it around to work with. It's like, yeah. I'm thanks to a lot of good help, because most psychologists or therapists or mental health clinicians, they're not going to believe it. Really, they're gonna pretend they believe it while you're in their presence. But they were working with me under the premises of what the doctor was pushing, and he moved his family 2,000 miles across the country to follow me. Okay, there's nothing they won't do to have the ends justify the means. Okay, so their whole goal was to convince everyone that I was the problem. So everybody will jump on that bandwagon, and the whole system will want to believe you've got childhood issues. Oh, it's just in your head, oh, if you didn't drink, oh, if you hadn't taken a hit off that doobie when you were 16 years old, they come up with oh, you have marital problems. Oh, they don't say they're the ones that caused the marital problems. They don't say their benzodiazepines coping with what that was doing to your life is why, you're drinking. They don't, you know what I mean? They do everything they can to virtue signal to the public and to blame shift, to do damage control on their end, and to take you out. Murder by suicide. Put in your records, you're homicidal or suicidal, and they're really worried about you. No, they're not. They could give a fuck, okay? They're putting in the records that you're that because it's covering their asses because they have messed you up with their drugs. That's it. That is it. Get over it. That's what it is, all right? On top of that, they do target. They professionally target, they will. It doesn't matter what you do or what you say, because they create a false person and sell that false person to everyone that you are that. I was a cougar. I was a man chasing hoe. The doctor turned me down and I was mad and I was trying to get revenge on him. What a bunch of crap. What a bunch of crap. They spent a year and a half manipulating me just to get me to the point where they could take me to court and get a restraining order against me, publicly humiliate me. I was a patient. They took out my uterus just and fallopian tubes, my ovaries, just because they felt like it. It didn't need taken out. All right, and within weeks after that, days after that, they surrounded me and they I listen. Keep your evidence. That's what I'm saying. Keep your evidence, because your evidence is going to not get them. The system will not let you get them. All right. They will not go to prison. I'm just saying, keep your evidence, because while you're going through it, it lasted 22 years with me. I've got binders and binders. And the reason I do is because I had to look at it, even though it frightened me when I look at it and go, God, this is real. I can't believe this. But it kept me sane. It kept me sane. I look at some of the evidence, I go, oh, that was my imagination just running amok with me. I was driven to being paranoid. So, but paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you, okay? Because they are. If you seem like if your condition seems like it's going to cost them, it's over for you. It's over for you. They're in covering their ass mode. So that's all I'm saying. Keep your evidence. I believe you. I believe a lot of people. There's a certain type of personality that they'll go after. And I do believe it's because we're chosen and they're not. It was warned by God to the Pharisee, woe to them who block his children from the gate they know they're not going through. And they'll do anything to stop you. Anything.